Shabbat Shalom, Shomrei Torah Synagogue. I am sorry that we are not going to be together this Shabbat. It pains me beyond. But of course, listening to the governor last night and recognizing the severity of what's going on in our society, it certainly makes sense to hunker down and be together with family and then hopefully connect with friends through Zoom and live stream and Facebook Live and all of the other ways in which we at Shomrei Torah Synagogue are trying to stay connected to you, our dear membership. In lieu of my regular written Torah to go, I wanted to share this short video with all of you, wishing you from the bottom of my heart a sweet and wonderful Shabbat. I wanted to start with a little bit of Torah, and I wanted to share that at the very end of our Torah portion, which is a double Torah portion via Kel Pekudei, it is a summary of all of the events that took place while the Israelites were instructed by Moshe to finish building the Mishkan, the tabernacle in the wilderness. And towards the end of the Parsha, there's a verse that says, K'chol asher tziva Adonai et Moshe ken asu b'nei Yisrael et kol ha'avodah. Just as God had commanded Moses, so the Israelites had done all of the work of building the Mishkan. And it's this idea that all of the Israelites together in some way contributed to the building of the tabernacle, of the Mishkan, that I wanted to connect with you this afternoon. I received a wonderful parable from my teacher, Rabbi Jonathan Slater, on the Maggid of Duvno, and that's the parable that I want to share with you. So I'm going to read it to you. There was a king who came to a city whose inhabitants were all poor and run down. They had nothing to bring as a gift before the king. There was one rich man of the town who was discerning in heart and who was also beloved by the king. Indeed, it was in his capacity to offer the king a gift according to his wealth and station in life. But instead, he determined to help the citizens of the city to gain merit by having them bring a gift to the king. So how did he do this? He gave instructions for the construction of a precious item made up of many different pieces of gold and silver and copper and whatnot, and he directed each artisan and each worker in the production of every piece. When the work was completed by all of the workers, the rich man took this precious item and went to the king, bringing all of the artisans with him. This piece of work found favor with the king, and he asked the rich man to tell him of all the details of how this precious thing came to be, particularly who were the artisans who gave their efforts for its production. In that moment, the rich man motioned to all of the workers and artisans to come forward, one after another, to be presented to the king, and in this way, everybody in the city merited to come face to face with the king. This, in a sense, is exactly what Moses did. When the work of the Mishkan was completed, work that was done with will and love of all of the Israelites, he brought all of the Israelites and presented them before God, saying, all of Israel, all of your children are the artisans who built your sanctuary. Every one of them has a part in your dwelling place. The story I thought was particularly meaning, given the events that have transpired over the last few days. What is a sanctuary? What is a temple? What is a synagogue? It only is that which is made up of the participants who are members of the community. And in normal circumstances, this seems readily apparent, as members of our community are in and out of the synagogue during the week and on Shabbat, participating in the variety of activities and events that take place. But what about in unusual times such as these, when unfortunately our synagogue doors must be closed? Well, I must say it has been remarkable to have received as many responses as I and other members of the staff and the board of directors have received from members wanting to reach out and help, wanting to call other members who may be in need, people who have offered to deliver groceries to our members, to shop for them, to go to the pharmacy for them, to check in with them with phone calls. It has been an overwhelmingly, incredibly heartwarming response to see how many of our members want to make sure that they reach out to those in need and just to stay connected with one another. That, I think, is the truest example of what is a Kihila Kedosha, a holy community, one that we are constantly striving to build and create at Shomrei Torah. We are so grateful to each and every one of you, the members, that in your own unique ways contribute to making sure that it is a dwelling place for all. I hope you continue to receive and read our e-newsletters that our communications director, Seth Front, is putting out on a regular basis, doing such an amazing job, keeping us all informed on what's going on. You can also always go onto our website. At the top of our website, there is a picture of the coronavirus and a link that will list all of the things that are happening. Every single week, we're going to try to give you, and every day try to give you opportunities to connect through Zoom with me, Cantor Jackie, our rabbinic intern Hannah Estrin, and others through classes and through other activities. Please pay attention. A special opportunity this coming Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat, at 7:50 p.m. We're going to send you a Zoom link, and we are inviting you along with all of the other conservative synagogues of the San Fernando Valley to do Havdalah together. Kind of like they're singing on the balconies in Italy and Israel. We want you to go outside. Hopefully it won't be raining. Go outside and join us through Zoom and through our live stream and Facebook Live, a joint communal Havdalah, singing the song Eliyahu Hanavi, offering our hopes and our prayers that Elijah will indeed soon come, that God will bring healing and blessing to each one of us individually and all of us as a community, that we will get through this coronavirus crisis and be able to once again meet together, pray together, sing together, learn together, and study together as a Kihila Kedosha. Once again, from me and my family and the Shomrei Torah Synagogue community, wishing you a restful, peaceful, and healthy Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.